Hi. Doing well? Ready for prime time?
My name.
Tim Edmonds?
No, the Vader is with it is ER. Is AR, right?
No, Vador, Vader.
VADER, right?
Vador.
No, yeah. What?
Really?
I think so.
I'll trust you. Dark Vader. Maybe you're right.
Pretty sure I think I saw it and I thought, yeah.
Dark Vader. Okay, it's
Yeah.
fixed.
Okay,
It's good
right,
now.
just-
All right, we're live. Tonight we have ZZ Top versus Tim Edmonds, the Lord Vader. We're at Amsterdam Billiards Clubs. This is the 14.1 league in the gold division in the regular season. And lead director Sean Morgan welcomes you. The players are getting ready. We should start in a few minutes maximum. So stay tuned. All right, folks, the players are ready. We're going to start. Players are going to lag for a break. Actually, they're going to lag for the opportunity to give the break to their opponent. This is what almost every player do. Tim Edmonds is the winner of the break. I see that Mr. Zion is racking, so looks like the players are gonna rack for themselves. If you're new to 14.1, when you break, there are very strict rules. First, you must contact an object ball, and after the contact to the object ball, you must send 2 object balls to the rail plus the cue ball. If you don't, it's a breaking fall, -2 points, and the opponent has the choice of accepting the position or making you break again. So Zion is going to go for the standard break, but he cut the second ball from the bottom, so he gets way more spread than he's supposed to. He left a fairly open table. It's a very long shot for Tim. And he doesn't have a natural position. I think he has a small angle that's going to send the cue ball inside the stack. Okay, I was wrong. He was only going to feather the stack. So he got a shot on the 3, but it ended up almost perfectly straight. I think he has a tiny angle. He can force it back and forth for the 11 in the corner, maybe. He really had a little wiggle room. And I see that the 6 ball here might be going in this corner. Yes, I think it does. So he should be able to re-break the stack here right now. Should hit with a lot of power because the cue ball is against a lot of balls here. So he needs a lot of power. Nice shot. So Tim is really getting himself a chance to win here. He's playing against a pro player. He only has 50 balls of handicap over 150, so it's very important he gets the first run in to have a serious chance to win. He won the lag. He rose to the occasion, pocketed the first very tough ball, broke the stack, and now he's running. So he has a good break ball here, but there's a cluster right next to it. It's going to be difficult to solve this problem and keeping his break ball at the same time. So let's see how Tim is going to proceed. Tim plays a straight pool at a very high level. If you've been following us for a while, you know that he won. He was the runner-up in the league 2 seasons ago. He managed to beat Steve Lipsky in semifinal. And just as I'm complimenting him, he's gonna miss a somewhat easy ball. Yeah, so 2 seasons ago he defeated Steve Lipsky in the semifinal with a handicap of 50 balls and 150. And he lost to Tony Robles in the final. So he's a very capable player, and he was doing very well so far, getting the first run at the table, but he only pocketed 6 balls. So ZZ just walked into the pool room, only got the 15 ball warm up, and he has inherited this very difficult first shot over the rail, thin cut, cue balls going up the table after. Okay. He's gonna run into the cluster now. I cannot say he has a good break ball at this point. Those are good break balls, but it's a problem actually in this right now. He's probably gonna try to do the 9 in the side pocket and leave the 9 ball there. Now he's gonna run into them right now. Yes. That's a good example of the kind of shots you have to be able to do in straight pool, to run rack after rack. See, he knew exactly he was going to feather the 15, was going to have the 8 ball after. There was nothing random, everything was sure. And now he's a big favorite to get the break shot. He has to go 5, 10, 15 here. Probably he's gonna do the 15 in the upper pocket. Could spin the cue ball around, but yeah, it's difficult to calculate the speed, and now it's gonna have to go back and forth. Actually, he's gonna take the 15 as the break shot. That was pretty obvious. Sorry guys, I'm scoring at the same time I'm commenting, so I don't always see every possibility. I think Zion has to put a lot of draw here. That's what he did, but he caught the top of a ball in the stack, so the cue ball went down. Now he has the 5. The 5 is his only shot super thin cut. He has no idea where the cue ball is going to end up. Cue ball is going to hit the stack. Could scratch in the corner, could scratch in the side. He's going to choose a slightly more difficult shot, the one ball up the table. And he's going to get it. Nice shot. Nice recovery by Zion here.
Every trick in the book.
So one thing I'm watching for is Zion gonna try to practice the surgery here to the 8, the 2, and then those 2 balls, or is he going to run into them? Looking at the 8 ball. He looked at the 8 ball, so it looks like his plan is to run into them. I think he's gonna get set up right now. No, he has a very tiny angle. I think he's gonna practice the surgery on this 4 ball cluster. The angle he has right now is very tiny, so. Oh, he's actually going for the 2 here. Okay, so a little massage. There's still a little bit of traffic here though. He's not out of the woods yet. If he can take the 4 now, that would solve all his problems. I'm not sure it goes though. The 12 is going in this pocket. The 12 can go. Okay, he's gonna take it now, the 12. Okay. He probably didn't have any exact plan for the next ball. Okay, so now we see, right, 10, and the 6 ball. Not sure what the break ball is gonna be now. Probably the 4. I mean, 4 is the last decent break ball. Yep. And that was a thin cut. I think he got a little bit of throw here, and he missed. So nice run of 20 by Zion. Tim is back at the table. The break ball is still the 4 ball. It's not too easy, difficult to get set up, but he has to be very careful here. Okay. Probably wants to draw a little here. If you do a stop shot, the shot is going to be too difficult. So he drew a little. He's going to have one of those backdoor break shot. It's on those it's very easy to scratch in the same pocket as you're doing the ball. And if you don't scratch in the same pocket you're doing the ball, you can scratch in the other pocket on the other side of the table. So I watch pro players on this shot, they put inside spin most of the time. So they go 3 rails, they go like this, boom, 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 boom. And that's the reason why you want to put inside spin, because if you don't put inside spin, half the time you scratch and half the time you're below all the balls on the table, so you're not guaranteed a shot at all. If you get a shot, most of the time it's going to be a shot up the table. So it looks like Tim has the 15 in the corner. That's his best shot. 15 in this corner here. It's a very critical shot. Tim is going to resettle here. It's like I just said, it's so important he pockets this. He's leaving a fairly open table if he doesn't make it. Looks like he missed. Yep. That's really unfortunate. That was a very good chance of Tim to catch up. Tim is going to 100, Zion's going to 150. So when you're playing against a pro player, that's not a big handicap. So these two balls don't go in their natural pocket here. This 8 ball is not a problem. You can pocket it in the side pocket. Zion might do a stop shot here and do one of those two balls up the table. This is what I would do. It's kind of straight on this 14, so I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone if he does what I just said. And he decides to escape with the backspin. To the middle of the table. Still have this problem in the middle. I think that was a good occasion to solve this problem. If I could pause the match, I would ask him why he didn't seize this opportunity. So it looks like he wanted to run into them now. He missed it. And he lost the cue ball, and now he must find a way to recover. Probably with this 8 ball in the corner. And we still have this problem here, and it's getting late to fix it. Okay, it's gonna take the 15 up the table. Can try to fix the problem now with an inside spin, but okay. Now the only easy shot he has is the 5 ball, but that's his break ball, so he can take the 1 ball. That's a super thin cut. He's gonna lose the cue ball up the table. Yep. I think Tim should keep the 8 ball as the key ball here. Yeah, he's probably gonna take the 8 now because he has a bad angle on the other 2 balls. I really feel the 8 was the better key ball. Probably gonna go here 8, 6, 1. See, like coming back from the 1 in the good spot is difficult. Okay, now he's straight on the 1. Okay, so he has a decent chance of. Oh, okay, I see now. He's gonna break with the 6 ball. Yes. You feel his chances of landing in a good spot to break with the 5 are low, so if he can land anywhere in this region, he's gonna be good with the 6. No, he changed his mind again. Okay. Is he going back and forth or trying to stop in the right spot? He tried to, yeah. I think it would have been better to do a natural stroke here and go back and forth. Would have been successful more often. Now he tried to baby it and it messed up with his stroke and he ended up missing the ball. Zion was playing safe here. No. Thought he was playing safe because it looks like he was putting back the ball on the table, but that was it. So 29-13 for Zion. He has a run at 20 so far. 2 misses for Zion, 3 misses for Tim so far. No safety battle. We're gonna get one now. It's gonna be very short because Zion left the 10 ball. Not sure what is Tim's plan after this. Doesn't matter because he missed the 10. Okay. I think Zion's gonna try to break now, even though the 10 is in a break position. No, he tried to set up for the 10. He was successful in doing so. Can really slam it here. It's funny, I think he could have played really hard with a follow here and got a good result. There were so many object balls to stop the cue ball from going down the table that I think he's always getting a good result if he plays with a follow. Okay, nice recovery. Zion should be careful not to create another problem here. Yeah, he did. Which is not a big problem because the combo is wired, but if you're solving one problem, if you're creating another, you haven't accomplished anything. So I was a little lucky here. The ball got wired for the corner. Calling the 3 ball. The throw is on the wrong side, so I was going to say that's missable, but he put the correct spin on the cue ball and he cancelled the throw. And just like that, all his problems are solved. He has a very good break ball, the 7 here. He doesn't have a good key ball, like one of those key balls close to the side pocket where you cannot miss, but should be fine. Maybe that break ball I mentioned earlier was inside the triangle. Maybe that's why he went from this for this backdoor break shot. So if you remember earlier, Tim put a pure follow for this backdoor break shot earlier. He ended up stuck in the gutter in the bottom of the table with a tough shot on the table. Let's see if pro level player Zvi will put an inside spin and have the cue ball escape to the middle of the table by a 3 rail. Something like this with the cue ball. Boom, 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 center table. Yes, looks like he's putting an inside spin. Yes, yes. Didn't exactly escape, like I said, but this is what he was trying to do. But anyway, he's fine. He's almost straight on the 7th ball. I don't think he ever misses. Right now, he must come up with a plan to re-break this. First sight, it looks like there are many balls in good position, but they are all obstructing each other. So he's a little bit of a trouble here. I mean, not really, but it's not like he has a ton of options. So he already ran into trouble. He's getting away with it because the cue ball is wired with the 4 in this corner of the table. It's the 4 of the table. I think he can also do the 6 on the side pocket. But the good news is that after this, he's gonna have this 13 ball to re-break the stack. So it looks like his problems are mostly solved. I mean, I don't know if this is what he intended to do. He just decided to run into those 2 balls and hope for the best, but I have to say he fixed his problem now. He has a way to re-break the cluster in the middle. I think there's obstruction from the players in the other table. That's why nothing is happening right now. Zion is going to try to land right. And why did I say that? I don't believe in jinxing, but I don't think he hurt me. So one of the way when you're breaking a cluster, one of the things you have to take into account is how many balls is your cue ball against. If you're hitting the middle of a 10 ball cluster, you're gonna have to play really hard to spread them and free the cue ball. if you're only going into 2 or 3 balls, you should play really soft because they're going to move easily. Of course, it's not the only thing you have to take into account, but this is one of the things I go by for sure. So take my opinion for what it's worth. So I'm saying here that Zion should have played with a lot more speed here to be sure to free the cue ball. Just like that, Tim is in trouble now. He has the 14 in the side pocket, but that doesn't need for anything, so he's going to try to pocket the 3 here. Nice job. Makes the ball, gets the roll. If this 10 ball goes, he's in very good shape to get the break shot, and it does go. Gonna go 1-6, 15, 14, I think. He overdid it a little, but not enough to change his plan. I think he's still going 6, 15, 14. Six, 15, 14. Scratch. No. Tim flirted with disaster. The good news is that I'm going to get the pattern right for once. Stop shot. I think it was way better with a stop shot than a pure draw. He decided to give himself an angle on the other side. I'm not sure why. So again, Tim was thinking too much about his positions. He missed the ball. And he's just going to handle to give Zion the break ball on a silver platter. So here Zion put a little bit of outside English, played medium speed, got a good result. Gonna go up the table now. 7 cannot help, so let's do it now. I think he's gonna try to set himself up to re-break either with the 1 or this 14 here. Given it goes, which I'm not sure. It does go, for Should play a lot of speed, the follow. Yeah, he didn't solve much with this last shot. I think it would have been worse to examine the cluster more closely and try to judge a better spin to move more balls. And have to re-break again. Okay. He either has the 10 in the side or the 6 in the corner. So it looks like he's fine. The 10 is a very good break ball, so he might decide to preserve it. So he probably doesn't like it too much, but it's more important to keep your run going than try to play the perfect pattern. So he's gonna try to solve his break ball problem later. Like now, was probably hoping to do that. That didn't work out, and now he's in trouble. The 6 could be a break ball, but it's with no good key ball. It's very tough to. It's going to be very difficult to bring the cue ball in the right spot. And he still has this 5 ball here. It's a difficult ball in a bad spot. So here we go. I think he has an angle on the wrong side, so it's very tough now to bring the cue ball in this very small region here. Somewhere here. But when you're a pro level player, kind of thing you can come up with. All right. I would say Zion got a little unlucky here. Usually the cue ball bounced back much better than that from the cluster. So there's probably a few gaps in the wrong places inside the stack. So it's the cue ball got absorbed. Oh, he has the 15 out of nowhere. Nope. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Where Zion has decided to wait before we break this cluster. He doesn't seem to be too focused on that. He can do it now with the 13. Some players prefer to clean up a few balls before they break the cluster, so reduces the chance of having a secondary problem after you break the cluster. And here it looks like Zion hooked himself. Kind of put he must have put the wrong spin. I mean, I don't know what the right spin would have been, but I'm sure there was a way to play this to make sure the cue ball would escape. But again, when you're a pro-level shot maker, sometimes you look like you're in trouble, but you're not. And that was a crazy shot. The ball was touching the rail. Still has the 9 ball to re-break the cluster. It's gonna get set up now for it, I think. Yes. He has enough angle. Can afford to play soft here, I think. Soft with outside draw. And he hooked himself again. It's because he hit the bottom of the 5 ball. If he hit the top of the 5 ball, like, everything would have opened nicely, but he misjudged the angle and now he's hooked. He's hooked pretty bad this time. But again, Zion's going to get out of trouble with amazing shot making and cue ball positioning. And does he have a brick ball? Yeah. He could do this 3 ball in the side pocket, but it's difficult to hold the cue ball low enough to do the 14 on the side and not disturb the 7. So let's see what he comes up with. Whoa. Okay. He played with a little bit of draw and he's pretty good on the 14 now. Could try to do a stop shot or a little. No, he cannot get away with a stop shot. He must follow a little at least, or he could go one rail. I mean, he's going one rail. Yeah. Okay, Zion has picked up some speed and now he's far ahead. Offensive play index 864. That's very good. He has 3 runs so far, 29, 20, and 19. The 29 run is ongoing. And offensive play index 864, that's really good. Anything above 900 is a top pro level. Not only pro level, but top pro level. In a straight run match to 150, you score offensive play index above 900, you're a top pro. And missed the stack completely. Not sure he was trying to hit it after 1 rail or 2 rail or even 3 rail, but play safe, good safe, played hard enough to get something to the rail. And that's, wow, that's a good save. Tim has to feather a ball and bring ball the cue ball pretty much exactly where he is. So you saw Zion shot making. If Tim like leaves the cue ball here, Zion's gonna make one of those two ball in one of those two pocket pretty easily. So he has to bring the cue ball pretty much exactly where it is, or somewhere behind the main cluster. So Tim has decided to try to outplay Zion in a safety battle involving intentional fouls. And Zion is just going to give back. No reason to take any risk. But the strategy worked for Tim because now he has a much easier safe. If he can draw back in the and froze the ball, very well done. I don't think he left anything. So that was a very good example of getting out of trouble with the well-played intentional foul. So the safety battle continues now, but I think Tim has. He was not trying to do a 15. That was another safety. And now Zion is in trouble. He left something here. Yep. Orange juice. Thank you. Tim is going for it. And that's official. Tim Edmonds has outdone a pro player in a safety battle. He must be feeling good about this right now. Yeah, that was pretty advanced stuff. I mean, remember at the beginning of the safety battle, I said he's behind the stack and he has to bring the cue ball back exactly where it is. And instead, he took an intentional foul, moved things around a little, give himself a much easier safety, and he ended up winning. However, his run might end here now. I don't see anything. Bah. Not sure about this combo. I think he's gonna do he looks at the 15, he's considering like doing a stop shot on the 15 of the table. No, he's gonna feather one of the ball and try to go behind. However, yeah, he's not behind, but I don't think Zion has anything. Take me Thank you so much for thinking of me.
You're welcome.
And once again, Zion left the ball. So second safety battle in a row that Tim wins. Wow. Tim he hooked himself again. He's looking at the 5-8. He suggests that the 5-8 might be wired for the corner. So we're going into the third safety battle of this rack. Tim got the control twice, but he failed on both occasions to solve the problem. That was another safety attempt by Zion. I think he wanted to bring the 15 down the table. He missed, got a double contact, but got away with it. That was a safety. Zion decided to pocket the only free ball and give a full cluster to Tim. Now the safety battle continues. Well played by Tim. Feathered very thin and very good safety battle we have here. I hope you guys appreciate. I think Tim's best shot here is to feather the 4-ball and send the cue ball up the table like this. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He caught it too thick though. He almost extracted this 12 ball from the cluster. That three doesn't go in the corner. I'm not sure what he's doing. He was playing safe, but he missed, so that's a foul. And now Tim can just push the cue ball somewhere here on the rail. Yeah, he's looking for the worst place along the top rail where he can put the cue ball, and that's what he's going to do. So he's taking an intentional foul, a give back. Zion has to feather this ball, but it's getting very dangerous here. He's gonna leave something, I think. A combo, no. Got away with it. I think he's fine. Finally, I think that Tim left the three ball. Not sure. Zion himself is not sure. He's looking at it. Looks like he's going for it. Yep. So Zion is going to be the winner of this third safety battle. Back in business now. But not for too long. Misjudge the angle on this, and Tim is right back at the table. He elected to play soft here. I think that was a mistake. It was not guaranteed anything after. Maybe he was hoping to get the 5, but yep, nice recovery. Okay, what do we have? That was a good break ball, but he's gonna have to take it now. Now he has the 11 or the 10. Just looking to see if the 2 ball is on or it's obstructed by 11 maybe. If not, he has to take one of those 2 balls off the table. Okay, so the 2 ball is on, he's not in trouble. He actually has a fairly easy run out. He can go 2, 8, 12, 10. 10, 12, I mean. I think he should pocket the 8 here. Try to send the cue ball like this, come back somewhere here, stop shot here, and this is the key ball. Looks like Tim is gonna... Tim saw things as I did. I think it's worth jacking up and doing a straight stop shot here to do the 12 in the side pocket. Okay, I thought he was straight. Got a very good position. Yeah, he's gonna get the break shot. Yeah, Tim saw the pattern, executed perfectly, and he's gonna get rewarded. Nice work for Tim. A little bit of interesting stats here. A safety battle, 8 and 11 for Zion, 72%. And like I said before, Tim won all the safety battles so far except one. So 7 of 8, 87% for Tim. Zion is shooting pretty fast at 19 seconds. Okay, let's go back. So Tim opted for a control break shot. Another option would have been to slam it and take the risk of scratching somewhere. Depend what your style is. I know pro players who would have slammed this as hard as they can. The more methodical player is gonna do a control break and make sure to bring the cue ball back near the center of the table. What's Tim's plan here? Try to do a one rail break shot. Didn't work out too well. Looks like he thinks that the 15 goes in the corner with a carom on the 5. I cannot judge this from where I am. He's taking the 14 and the cue ball is not going anywhere. Yeah. That 14 ball was not leading to anything. Not sure what he was hoping to accomplish with this. I think he could have played with an inside spin and try to re-break. And being the good player that he is, Tim is going to remember that Zion is on one fall. Zion on one fall, yes, you see it here on the board. So this is extremely important in straight pool to remember when your opponent is on one fall. So maybe you think that Tim didn't accomplish anything because Zion had an easy answer, but remember that Tim was hooked, you know. He didn't have any easy safety, as I remember, so he used his easy way out of trouble. We have another safety battle here. Tim got the best so far of the safety battles. I think he only lost one of them. Total of 4 safety battles we had so far, I think. Zion didn't realize that he was leaving this ball in the side pocket. Or maybe when he played, no, I don't think he moved anything. I think he just didn't take the time to go around the cluster and look at everything that's possible. So that's kind of a mistake. The reverse cut on the 12 to break the cluster. I'm surprised Tim didn't take the time to go around and judge the angle better. I mean, that was a tough shot. And he just lay down. He didn't take the time to walk around and judge the angle. He just lay down and shot. I mean, and he left Zion with a fairly open table. Yeah, I don't like players that takes forever before shooting, but I think that was worth a walk around the table. I mean, very small margin of error on a thin cut like this, and Tim just looked at it, lay down, and boom. So as you see, score is 76 on 150 for Zion, and Tim is 35 on 100. So Zion is half the way, and Tim is only a third of the way to the finish line. So Zion has a sizable lead right now, and he's at the table with open balls. Nice maneuver by Zion to get around the obstruction between the 1 ball and the 13 ball. He failed to keep a good key ball, so he's gonna have to be precise on the last positioning. He's gonna go like boom, 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 something like that. How about this? Couldn't be more perfect. So Zion is ahead 85-35. He's ahead in absolute numbers, but he's also ahead taking into account the handicap. He's past the midpoint and Tim is just a third of the way. Offensive play index 837 for Zion. He's shooting pretty well. It was a little unlucky to end up so far up the table, but he has the 9 ball close to the pocket, so he's fine. So I didn't solve all his problems with this shot. Every ball has a wood pocket now. Maybe except those two here, the 15-13, that's a little bit of obstruction. I think the 12 can be made in that pocket here, in the corner pocket, so it's all good. Okay, so Zion's gonna take the 5. That was one of his break balls, but he has the 4 on the other side. Now it's all about choosing the right pattern to minimize the risk of not getting good on the break ball. So maybe the 2 should be the key ball, and this 11 should be the setup ball, or the key ball to the key ball. That's another word for the key ball to the key ball, the setup ball. Okay, so he just pushed what I thought was his best key ball. Let's see what he does now. He's going 6-12. It's gonna do like, try to get straight on the 10 maybe. I think he has too much in goal to draw, so I think he's going to go back and forth. Oh no, he's going to take the 2 on the side and then the 10 in the other side pocket. Well done. He has a little bit of angle, but he can kill the speed. And oh, he shot too fast, missed it. So at the speed that Zion is is going now. Tim has to get this break ball. I'm sorry, but Zion only needs 52 at this point, and Tim needs 65. So he's not only behind, he's behind in absolute numbers. And that looks awfully straight. Okay, what's happening now? Offensive play index is down to 829 for Zion. That's still very good though. Score 98 to 36.
Tim, what score do you have? 36, okay. 98. Okay.
Right, my score is good. Once or twice during the match, I said I look for confirming the score. Don't think that's a break shot. He tried it anyway. Hooked himself. Ouch. He has a fairly easy safety, so it's not too bad, but could have been much worse. I mean, there could be balls out on the other side, and he could not do what he just did. We are off to another safety battle. Tim won them all so far except one. And looks like Tim made a little mistake here. He extracted the 14 balls. He should have tried to hit the ball in the middle. Maybe the 11 or the 15. I mean. And Zion is going to go for it. He's going to make the ball, but yeah, I got a little unlucky on this shot. He could easily have landed on something else, but balls were all obstructing each other, and we're starting another safety battle. Tim elected to take an intentional. Zion is not going to give back. Instead, he's going to do legal safe. And the reason for this is that he didn't see any. And if he just give back by touching the cue ball, Tim would have an easy safe, and he would be in the situation that Tim is right now, and that's a much worse position than be behind the stack. I think that's a double miss for Tim. He made a fall on his shot, and he left something for Zion. And now Zion is the absolute winner of this safety battle. Made the ball, spread the cluster, has multiple options. And things are not looking good for Tim now. That was the last problem. The 6 ball just next to the break ball. You needed to pocket that 6 ball without disturbing this break ball here. Mission accomplished. .13 can also be used as a break ball. Okay, sorry for this interruption, folks. So Zion ran the last balls and got the break shot. I don't know why my camcorder shut down for absolutely no reason. It's on the power source. I don't think there's a timer, a sleep function on it, so I really don't know why it shut down. Anyway. And again, Zion's gonna get in trouble a little with his break shot. I was too busy fixing the problem with the camera, so I don't remember exactly how the break shot was. But I think he had a pretty good angle, and he should have been able to get some kind of spread here. Just like that, he's back in business. Nice recovery. Should be careful, he's not guaranteed something. Okay. Come up with some kind of plan to spread this now. That was not a very good plan. I mean, that was always going to be pretty weak. I mean, the 15 goes in the side pocket, so it ended to re-break with the 6 ball and got a little lucky. I mean, he's a little gig dealer right now. I think he feels lucky to have gotten away with it. Pushed the 2 ball into a break position, I think. Actually, he already has the 15 and the 9. Not sure he was doing that intentionally. He was just trying to come back for the 8 ball. adjusted the zoom so that we see the table on most of the screen. He has a funny angle on both balls. No. The one doesn't go in the corner, so he has to do a thin cut in the side pocket, and the cue ball is going to fly around. It's possible. I mean, he has to think about the speed very, very carefully. It's probably going something like this. Boom. It's a spin. Boom. So 3 rails. No. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what he was going for, but he avoided the scratch. He doesn't really have a break shot, but he's so far ahead now that he's not too concerned. So he's straight in the corner, but he could try to do the 2 ball in the side pocket, send the cue ball something like this into the pack. No, he's calling safe. He's not going to get careless even though he's far ahead. And I just see on my board that Tim is on 2 foul. That could be a mistake on my part. I'm gonna check with the guys if I still have the correct score. Because I remember Tim ending on 1 foul, but not on 2 fouls. So Tim elected to play safe, go back to a full triangle by Zion. Now has to play a 2-rail safety. Because of this 14 is up the table, Zion cannot feather this ball and send the cue ball here, so he has to go something like this, and yeah, he's fine. It looks like Tim may have spotted a combo. Nope. We had another interesting safety battle. Probably gonna go on for a while. No, I think that 10 ball is on. Not sure Tim is gonna want to take this because it's a very thin cut. Yep, he decided to go for it, made it. It's gonna land on the 13. And he can try to break right now with this. Is that what he's doing? Yes, but he miscalculated the spin and he missed the cluster by a lot. Now he has no shot, and we're going back to a safety battle. So if we look at the safety, we see that Tim got the best of it so far. No, that's a miss by Tim. Should take a point off, yeah. And Zion is gonna take an intentional. Try to send the cue ball into a bad spot. He almost left the 14 on. I don't think it is. I don't think Zion was trying to make this ball. I'll give him credit for safety. Safety battle has been going on for about 10 shots now. Interesting. Again, it's very clear to me that was a safety. I don't think he was trying to pocket the ball because it wasn't leading to anything. So Tim left the 14 and the one ball is actually going. It's a thin cut, but if he put this one ball, the entire stack should open. And then there's a nice cut to catch the cue ball, and there's no way for the cue ball to escape. So, wow, what a shot. Amazing. It's kind of hard seeing Tim coming back from this now. Zion only needs 24. It's 10 balls, 11 balls on the table. So he only needs one break shot. Interesting. So Zion could have elected to break this, but he decided to do a controlled surgery of this cluster. Push the 11 ball close to the pocket and get position for one of those two balls. So well done. It's pretty much it now. I mean, one of those two balls can go in the side pocket, definitely. So problems are solved. I decided to move that in away. create a break ball in the process. I should say create a better break ball because those two balls were already into break ball positions. But now there's no doubt he's going to run this and get the break shot. And Zion's going to get a perfect break shot right now.
Tim, what's the score? Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I have one too many for Zion. I'm pretty sure I messed up at some point. I'm going to fix this. And I think Zion has the 6, I think. Yep. And that should be it. I mean, I'm going to fix the score. There you go. Zion needs 12 now. There are 12 balls on the table, so he doesn't need anything other than the balls on the table. The last ball doesn't have to be a break shot. There's a lot of obstruction on the left side of the table though, so still has a little bit of work to do. He's gonna have to run into balls at least once, and I don't think there's any surgery to be practiced here. So let's watch out how what moment Zion is gonna choose to run into stuff. Is that now? Nope. Did he got position for the 4? Oh God. And he pushed the 8 out, but I think he hooked himself. Ouch. That's it, I don't see anything. Would have been nice for Zion to get out. Does he have something? 7? So Tim is just happy to get another chance at the table, but he hasn't showed us anything so far that could make us think that he's gonna be back in this game. He needs 64, his high run so far is 10. has to keep a break ball here. I think he has to run into the 2 here. It's his only shot here, and the cue ball is going in the 2 ball. So more random stuff coming. And he's not going to get a good roll. Now he has to take his break ball, spin around, come back, take one of these 2 balls, and that looks good. Overdid it just a little. Now he has to spin around again. Maybe if he feels like it, play some kind of inside spin, but I don't think so. I think he has to muscle the cue ball around the table, something like this. Boom, 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 boom. He has a little bit of angle to work too on the 2 balls, on the 2 ball. It's enough to go around the table, but he has to go 3 rails. Looks like he's drawing. He's gonna run into the 14 if he does that. And I never think about the possibility of leaving the cue ball inside the triangle. That's what he did, and he's gonna have a break shot of the table. That's a weakness of mine. I never think about this possibility.
Exactly.
142 Zion, 42 for Tim. Zion needs 8.
Any high runs?
30 by Zion. 30 and 26.
Wow, he's averaging 20s. Oh my God, that's not bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he played well. Oops. What the fuck is this? Yeah, like I was saying, this is something you can do if you don't see a good path to get the break ball. You can leave the cue ball inside the triangle, and then it goes in the kitchen, and you give yourself the angle you want. You have a long shot, but you can give yourself the exact angle that you want. And meanwhile, Tim missed this break shot. And if Zion managed to break the cluster, it should be over. He did. Does he get a shot? Yes. Only needs 7 at this point. Has this 5 in the side pocket, and then there's an easy 5 ball extracted. He doesn't need to run into anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Any order will work. Can do a stop shot on the 7, take the 2 next. Decided to run into balls, almost took himself. He has the 8 in the corner. Oh. So Zion knows he's gonna get away with it because he's not playing against another pro player. But if he was playing against another pro player, 58 balls is nothing. It's important to get used to get out when you have a chance. In straight pool, playing loose when you have a big lead is a very, very bad habit, because as you go up in level, players can run 3 racks on you easily. Tim has the 4 in the side pocket. I think that's his only shot here. It's gonna be jacked up, so no, surely his cue has enough space not to. He doesn't have to go over the 11. Okay, nice recovery. Looks like Tim wanted to play this 12 ball here, but he just realized it's not going. I think he's gonna try to free it now. Yeah, but he missed it. And now he's at the table. Can he take the 9? Not sure. So right now he only has the 15. He has to fix this problem. Doesn't look like he's gonna get out of this rack. So the best Tim can do here is pocket the last 2 ball and try to go to a safety battle on pocket this, then pocket the 9, and try to come up with some kind of safe here. So even if Zion wins the safety battle, there's going to be another safety battle at the beginning of the next rack. Probably. And Tim is going to try to move them, fails. It's funny, from where I am, it looks like he could throw the ball in. I mean, doesn't he have the angle? Put the right side English, throw the ball in. I mean, from here, it definitely looks like it's possible. Probably doesn't need to anything on the 6 ball, but at least he's gonna have the initiative on the next rack. Yeah, that was easily easy to throw this. We're still under 2 hours. Match duration below 2 hours, so that's good. Players have shot fast, especially Zion, who's below 20 seconds. He's at 17 seconds actually. Zion has all the big runs, 30, 26, 22. Tim only has one run over 10. I mean, I should say one run at 10 or plus. 7 misses on each side, but Zion pocketed much more many ball when he was at the table. Tim probably called safe here, even though I didn't hear it. No, he decided to pocket the ball and play a safe on the side of the cluster. He might have left the 4. So Zion needs 3. There's only 2 balls extracted. So he has to massey it in. Nice shot! Wow. He had to do a little bit of a massey here. Now he has to find a way to re-break because nothing else is. Not sure he's gonna do that. 2 rails, and I think he wired the 7 and the 12. He looks like he's unsure. I try to spin it. No, I'm gonna play safe. So if Zion wins the safety battle, it's gonna be over. Tim should be very careful disturbing this cluster because the 7-12 is almost wired. This line here, 8-7-12. From me, it looks like it's absolutely wired in the center of the pocket, but Zion didn't play it, so it's probably not. Careful. Tim is absolutely capable of running 48. I think that was an intentional foul. Zion could bank this. No. Missed. But he could play a two-way. It's rare in straight pool you can play a two-way, but that was an example. Yeah, most of the time in straight pool you can play a two-way because you either want to make the ball in half position or not make a ball and be safe. But when you only have one ball left to do, you can do a two-way. Okay, Tim was lucky to put the 12 in front of the 10. But the 12 is on in the side, and Zion is going to give it a shot. That was a tall roller, he's going to miss. And Tim has one more chance at the table. Don't think he can break with this 12 ball. Even if he put follows, I think he misses the stack. Actually, maybe not. I mean, there's really nothing for Tim to work with, so looks like we're going to go to another safety battle right after that. All right. So one more ball for Tim, but doesn't change much. I mean, he doesn't have anything to re-break, and we're going to another safety battle, and Zion only needs one. Okay, so that was a safety, so I'm going to take back the point. So Tim doesn't look defeated. I mean, he knows there's a big duck to come back, but he trusts himself he can run 47, so he's fighting for every inches of territory. This 5 ball is going, I think. No, that's a safety. No, that's a difficult save for Tim. There's no good way to feather and come back where he is. I mean, okay. I don't think that was intentional. He was hoping the 11 to go to the rail, so it's going to be a safety foul, not an intentional foul. Zion is going to play safety because he wants to stay on the hill. He doesn't want to have 2 balls to do. He wants to have only 1 ball to do. No, changing his mind. No, he's playing safety. I think he's fine. unless the 7 goes in the corner. 7 ball here might go in the corner. Is that what's happening here? Yes, but he missed, and that's gonna be it. Not even he won't even make Zion putt this last hanger. Mr. Zion Zvi is the winner. Let's look at the final stats. Final score 150 for Zion, 52 for Tim. Offensive play index 807 for Zion. So good performance. Tim has 2 runs of 10. Zion has a couple of decent runs, 30, 26, 22. 9 misses for Zion, 8 for Tim. For the longest part of the match, Tim had the best of the safety battles. It's 81%, 82%, so it's about the same. Zion shot pretty fast, 17 seconds. That's why the match was a little over 2 hours. We had a couple of good safety battles, 5 intentional fouls for Tim, 2 for Zion. And interesting stats here, a smooth end of run. Smooth end of run is when your run ends, you do at least 1 ball. Is it ending up on a miss or on a safe or maybe an intentional foul? So 5 out of 12 Zion ended his run on a safety, and 7 out of 13 for Tim. So there was a lot of strategical play in this match. Okay folks, thanks for watching. This stream was a presentation of Straight Pool League Director Sean Morgan. Tune up next week. We're going to have another good match involving at least 1 pro level player. So yeah, come back next week about the same time, and we should have another good match. Thanks for watching again, and good night.
Yes.